2835th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Boy, I'm so happy to be back out in front of this camera. You know, I went away to London. I haven't been in front of this camera since. I've done a lot of videos, but not out on my stage where I like to have fun. So I'm glad to be back. And boy, did a lot of great stuff happen since I've been gone. But before we get into anything like that, please remember the risks involved in trading. This is a very risky endeavor. You've got to put stops in. You've got to put them in first before you get into any positions. It'll help you survive in this business. For those of you who know about stops, congratulations. To the rest, make sure you're listening. And now let's go see what's going on. This video is being filmed on the night of December 4th for trading on December 4th through December 5th, 2024. Last month of the year. And guess what we've had? Great. Wait a minute. We need some flags for this. We hit the Omni target of 60.55 in S&P. Rock and roll on that, right? And then Bitcoin hits 85,000 target. Go America! Woo! And then NASDAQ hits a 21,636 target, which many of you didn't know about, but my Omniacs in my trading room did, and those who follow my live webinars. So all of our targets for the year have been hit. How insane is that? How many people can do that on this planet? There's not many. The Omni is the only one I know. So killed it in S&P for the year-end target. Bitcoin got there 1 year earlier, which means we're going higher. NASDAQ's, we're already in December. It hit the target, so that makes sense. For trading on Thursday, NASDAQ, E-mini, S&P look strong. And Bitcoin has new targets. They're not all that far up, but we got new short-term targets. And I am doing a live webinar on Monday. You'll find the link below. It's a free webinar. Make sure you sign up. 9 of us are presenting. My portion is 4 p.m. Eastern on Monday. The link will be below the video. Make sure you sign up for that. And let's see what's going on. So this week, we bought NASDAQ on Monday. We went short Russell on Tuesday. We went short Russell on Wednesday. All 3 winning trades. Thank you, Omni. What's Omni want now? He wants me to get long, and I've been waiting a week for this signal. Hooray! So now we get to get long either E-mini, S&P, NASDAQ, maybe Russ. Depends on how we shape up tonight into tomorrow. Contract rollover. I don't know how many of you are trading just futures, but if you're trading futures, gold has rolled over. Last week it rolled over from December to February. Silver's trading in March, the H contract, the G contract for gold, H contract for March. All the grains are in March. The softs, coffee, sugar, cocoa, March. The only thing left in December right now is E-mini, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell, and the currencies, which will all flip next week. So keep your charts up. Make sure you're watching the right contracts. And now on Bitcoin, in my last video, I asked you how many think it's going up versus down, and everybody came in and put some of you gave me your targets, others said A or B, and some of you talked about NASDAQ, but in the end, it was about a 65-35 split that you guys think Bitcoin goes up by the end of this week, and I am in your corner. I agree 100%. Now, I'd like for you to tell me your targets. Don't go crazy. Where do you think Bitcoin will go in the next 5 days? I've got my targets I'm going to show you in this video. Don't cheat and use mine. I want to see what yours are. So write your targets down below in Bitcoin. Will it go further this week? Will it go back down? What is your target? Mine is for the upside. Let's see what yours is, and I'll let you know while we do this video. So, just to reiterate, we know that the Omni's working well on year-end targets. Fantastic there. NASDAQ, whether you knew it or not, we had a 21,636 target. I'll show you the chart that hit. Let's get long if we can on dips, E-mini, S&P, Russ tomorrow. Let's get long Bitcoin if we can on dips tomorrow. And definitely make sure you fill out an it's not an application. Make sure that you fill out registration for the live webinar, which we will host on Monday. Is there anything else I need to speak about? Oh yeah, there's one more thing. This is a big one. I've had a bunch of calls, and the Omni campers would like for me to stay on U.S. soil and do a camp. I'd rather travel, but you know what? I'll do that. I'm going to host a camp in Las Vegas, unless I end up in another city. But in the United States, I'm going to host a camp. Should be here in Las Vegas. It will be in the end of January. Start sending in your applications now so I can call you and make sure that you are prepared and you've got the time off to join me for a 4-day seminar to learn the Omni. That will be in January, so next month, towards the end of the month. Fill out your applications at omnibootcamp.com. Make sure you do that. Now, the Omni Recs are killing it. I don't know if you're part of my real-time recommendations. If not, boy, are you missing out. We've got to be over 65,000 for the year so far, just trading 1 lots only. Imagine if you were doing 2 lots, 3 lots, or 5, trading these Omnis. If you're not receiving signals, get them from me. Join the Platinum membership. Trading Recs are live. They're 24 hours a day. They come directly from me, straight to you. Make sure you join them. All right, David, I want to show them some great charts because I got great charts to match the stuff on this board. I'm so excited. It's going to be such a great month. Omni's going to kill it this month. So, with no further ado, I want to remind you of something. You got to keep your stops in and your emotions out when you trade. Stops go in, emotions go out. So you're going to do this with me and say this little mantra because it'll help you. After that, I'll show you some great charts. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll traders, now let's go. Look at some charts. Traders, your E-mini S&P, the Omni target was hit here. It's already higher than that. And looking at this, I mean, you can see the trajectory, right? This thing wants to go higher. So we are going to put in even higher highs this year than the 60.55 projection. This is a buyer of dips for trading on Thursday, E-mini S&P. Look at Bitcoin, traders. This crazy thing hit our target of 85,000. Oh my God, is that not insane? Blew right through the 85,000. There'll be some targets in this video for you. Let's go through another few charts. Now, chart masterpiece. Does anybody remember this? I broke it out in the middle of June and said, hey, I'm going to give us a target in the NASDAQ for year end. We did it right here. It was sometime in the end of June, and we gave a 21,636 target. If it gets to that spot right there, it hits our target. And the trajectory here shows us it wants to go even higher than that. So we're buying dips, but wow, how about hitting these targets? Is that not insane? Great, great analysis. Go Omni, go. Viva la Omni is all I can say about that. What do we have next? Look at the NASDAQ. Remember we had this double top, triple top, whatever you want to call it, 2 double tops, call it anything you want, but likely a triple top. Well, here's what NASDAQ looks like now. Blew right through it, and likely because you had a top, which made a double top, and you had your pullback, right? So now you're just kind of blowing right through, kind of expected. We did not take a short in NASDAQ yesterday. We shorted Russell instead. That did well. But look at Bitcoin again, because if you ask me, this is a bull flag. This bull flag has got to move us higher because that's what bull flags do. Now, there's a lot of room to mess around inside of this flag, but once it breaks out, after looking at Bitcoin like this, does anybody remember this bad boy? Do you remember me showing you in the beginning of the summer when Bitcoin was going down? It was coming down here. People get nervous, and I showed this and said, look, don't get nervous because this is for later in the year. Massive cup and handle. Well, look what that cup and handle did. Oh, my God. Is that not perfect? I know many of you remember this chart. I've shown it many times throughout the year. And then look at this. Bull flag in Bitcoin. We project out to like 106, 175, and then after that, 109. That's 106,000, then 109,564. Those are our 2 next targets. Nothing goes straight up. You might mess around inside this flag, but when it goes, that's where we go to. And then we've got this. Ethereum. Traders, now I have mentioned to you a few weeks ago that this will start to happen. Why? Well, because Bitcoin approaching 100,000 for one, most mere mortals can't afford that. You know what they can afford? $3,800 for one. So this is starting to go in sympathy with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I mentioned that Ethereum is basically what I like to call the natural gas of the cryptocurrencies, like I liken silver to be the natural gas of the metals markets, because natural gas is something that doesn't really move up when crude oil does. It's sort of a byproduct of crude. Same thing with silver. It doesn't really move up when gold does as much, because silver's a byproduct of mining for gold and copper and zinc and all that stuff. Well, this acts the same. Bitcoin reaches 100,000. This guy barely moves, but it is moving in sympathy, and I think Ethereum is a decent buy of dips. That's what I wanted to show you. There's going to be many, many more charts in Monday's webinar. Make sure you sign up. The link is below this video. I will see you there on Monday.